we have to offer in Marvelous MAVS. And so thank you, Miss Adagim, for recording this. Appreciate that. And so we're going to go ahead and get this program started. I want to first of all kick it off by introducing myself. And I am Rafael Valderas, the proud, marvelous community school administrator for the Manual Arts Vermont Square. And I see that the big boss is here in the house. So we're getting ready to start now. So thank you for joining us, Superintendent Baez. So we're going to go ahead and start our slide deck. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to share our screen right now and get this started. All right, give me 1 second, share screen. There we go. Let me go to presentation mode. And we are good. So once again, thank you for joining us this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We are well rested since we all received an extra hour of sleep over the weekend. And so with that, we welcome everybody for being here. And yes, you see the first slide. It is choices. It's an opportunity for our community and our parents and our students to make the right choice. And we have 4 of outstanding magnet programs within the Manual Arts Vermont Square. And today is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. We are offering Spanish interpretation. It is available. So again, you may ask questions throughout the presentation by clicking on the Q&A function. So if you take a look at the bottom icon, world icon, you may click on to Spanish and you will hear the entire presentation translated into Spanish. And we do have enough panelists that if you have a burning question, by all means, ask that question and our panelists will respond to you immediately. Magnet programs in MAVS, you probably didn't know that, but we have 4 outstanding magnet programs that are being offered in the Manual Arts community of schools. And so our agenda is simple. Welcome. We'll introduce our magnet programs and our panelists. There is a small timeline and more importantly, resources to help our parents register into the right program for your child. At this time, it gives me a great pleasure to introduce our equity champion, our fearless leader, our champion for all students. And when we say all means all, absolutely, from local district champions, Miss Frances Baez, local district central superintendent.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Valderas. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. And thank you for setting up this, this town hall. And while we may not have an overflowing number of participants, we do know that this is going to be posted in the website so that everybody can see the information that's so relevant, in particular when it comes to learning about the schools that this community of school has to offer in the choices brochure. Please know that there's a long waiting list for these schools, so you must act fast and sign up, register, show your interest in these schools and these programs because they are the flagships of LA Unified. One of the messages that I'm bringing to you today is the importance of reaching our vaccination milestone, which is November 21st. We want all of our eligible students 12 and over to get vaccinated so they can continue with face-to-face learning. At this time, we're at 60% of our students who have either gotten their first vaccination or who have the second vaccination. And we're looking forward to about 12% more who have uploaded their proof of vaccination. So that could potentially take us to 72% of our students who have been vaccinated. So everyone's moving along in terms of getting all that they need to ensure that there's face-to-face learning. And in this community of schools, we want to make sure everyone gets vaccinated. There's a lot of myths about the vaccine, but we want to make sure that you learn the facts, and we have professionals and doctors and science to back up the strength of the vaccine that's going to help our schools stay open. So with that said, thank you, Mr. Valderas. We know that you're close to 60% as well. So continue moving forward so that we can have our schools safe for our students to continue to thrive in our school communities. We're continuing to transform. And one of the transformation initiatives that Mr. Valderas is leading has to do with providing a quality education in the schools, in this community of schools. So have a great town hall. Thank you, Mr. Valderas. Appreciate your leadership.
Thank you, Superintendent Baez. And we do have Manual Arts in the house, and a shout out for Manual Arts High School for leading our community with over 67% of our students vaccinated. Way to go, Toilers. At this time, I want to acknowledge our board members. 19 of our 20 schools are represented by board member Dr. George McKenna, Board District 1. And we do have Norwood Elementary that is currently being represented by board member Monica Garcia in Board District 2. At this time, I do want to acknowledge the team of experts that we have here in the Manual Arts Community of Schools. And our jobs and roles are to support all our schools. And when we say all, we mean all is all. We do have Mr. James Lee, who is our K-12 Instructional Admin Coordinator, Ms. Ana Guzman, our BCEP Admin Coordinator, Adrian Arias, LRE Specialist, Mr. Miguel Garcia, our Mental Health Consultant, Raywin Munhig, Program Specialist, Erica Lopez, our Content Expert, Vilma Monson, our Parent Educator Coach, Nathan Tran, our IT support, and he's here right now to help support us. We also work with Tony Cortez, our lead ops coordinator, Angelica Gamboa, our other ops coordinator assigned to our MAVS community. And of course, we do have Kimberly Murillo. So when you hear that voice at the end of the line, that is Kimberly who's answering the phones from our main office. At this time, we want to go ahead and present our panelists, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Lee, who's going to introduce our panelists, who was very instrumental in putting this presentation together. Mr. Lee, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Valderas. So again, we want to thank our principals for actually being here and presenting information about their schools. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Mr. Porter, who's the proud principal at Manual Arts High School, and they have a STEM magnet which covers grades 9 through 12. So he's going to go ahead and explain what the STEM program is and the opportunities they have at their school for your children. Mr. Porter.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Lee, and panelists and distinguished guests. This presentation was put together by our magnet coordinator, Ms. Paige LaHaye. Our magnet program consists of 3 areas or STEM programs: science, technology, engineering, math. This slide here talks a little bit about the school. The school's been here since 1910, one of the 3 oldest schools in the district. It's a 9 through 12 magnet program. We have currently 55 kids in our program. Again, I'm going to reiterate: science, technology, engineering, and math. And we provide these pathways to enhance student learning and put our students in position to attend some of the top major colleges and universities throughout the country. Okay, the classes we offer science, technology, research, genetics, forensics, AP Biology, AP Environmental Science, AP Calculus, AP Computer Science. One of the big ones is the Magnet Senate, which offers opportunity for leadership, and Mandarin 1, 2, and 3. STEM skills in the classroom. Students will be able to develop analytical skills, science skills to break down complex scientific systems into smaller parts, mathematics skills to include calculations and measurements, and attention to detail. All of these things put our kids at the forefront of learning and put them in position to be valuable members of society moving forward. Additionally, creative abilities to solve problems and develop new ideas. Leadership is paramount in our community that we will be needing in the future, and organizational skills to keep track of lots of different information. And here's just some pictures of our students and work. Our goals are 100% graduation, to be college and career ready. Okay, 2 of our top priorities. Okay, when you leave Manual Arts, to be college and career ready. Absolutely. A through G requirements: 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 to 4 years of lab science, visual arts 1 year, social science 3 years, foreign language 3 to 4 years, and a college prep elective. All of these are A through G requirements. Get out of high school and apply to either 4-year university, community college, or the armed forces. And these are just the various GPAs, and we say don't drop that GPA. College Prep Mag is 3.25. Regular Manual Arts is 3.0, and LAUSD is 2.0. So we're shooting for the stars. And here's just a little data. 97% of the 2021 class graduated from Manual Arts, and which is a good number. We want to continue that. College readiness is at about at 86%. And we have about, many of our magnet students are A through G and on track to graduate. Attendance, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. about
School
that.
activities, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, activities. We just want our kids to get involved, be connected on campus. As long as we know that you're connected, then you're going to thrive here at Manual Arts. So we have many opportunities for students to be involved in extracurricular activities, cheer, and various clubs. Here again, some more pictures. There's graduations, 2 people in caps and gowns. Looks like there's an assembly. So multiple things for our students to be involved in and enjoy the high school experience here at Manual Arts. Awards banquets, all of our students will receive awards. And here's just a snapshot of our Magnet Awards banquet. Partnerships, we have multiple partnerships. USC Trio, Woodcraft Rangers, St. John's, which is next door, LA City, which has been in this city for a long time, Gear Up, and City Year, just to name a few. And you could submit your magnet application online to echoices.lausd.net. Any further questions, you can contact Ms. LaHaye. We know that this is recorded, so you'll be able to go back and see this information. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Porter. And for the parents out there of middle school children, just so you know, one of the slides that Mr. Porter shared were the AP classes that are offered at Manual Arts, and they're offered at our other magnet schools as well. So parents, remember, whatever high school you choose to take your child to, make sure your children are enrolled in AP classes. And it comes in all subjects in math, English, science, languages. Because what happens is if they take an AP class, it tremendously increases their opportunities to get into a university. More important is if they pass the AP exam, they actually receive college credit. So those are classes they don't have to take in college if they pass the AP exam and get credit in high school. So again, hopefully you'll choose Manual Arts High School as the magnet for high school, or 32nd or Obama, but make sure you take an AP class. Have your children take AP classes. Great, thank you so much, Mr. Porter. At this time, I'm gonna turn it over to our principal, proud principal at Menlo. Actually, it's no longer an elementary school, it's a span school. So Ms. Bennett Moton is the principal at Menlo, and their magnet program is actually a STEAM magnet, which is slightly different from the STEM. And right now it covers kindergarten through 6, but they will be eventually expanding to grades 7 and 8. So Ms. Bennett Moton.
Hi, thank you everyone, and welcome parents this evening. I'm just going to take a few minutes to give you a brief overview of our STEAM magnet that will be opening next year. We are so excited. I'm especially excited to have a new offering of a STEAM magnet in my community. So I want to go over just a few things with everyone. And parents, I know my parents are so tired of hearing me go over what we're going to be opening next year for the STEAM magnet, but many of you have not met me. I'm Mrs. Moton. I'm the principal at Menlo Avenue STEAM Magnet, and I just want to give you again an overview. So we will be opening next year in the new school year with grades kindergarten through 6th grade in STEAM. And STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. So we have one more thing to go with our STEM, which would be the arts. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. We are really going to be focusing on project-based learning, critical thinking for students, collaboration of students, innovation for students, and hands-on learning. STEAM is an educational approach that incorporates the arts into the more familiar STEAM or STEM model. And that again includes the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEAM programs can include any visual performing arts, such as dance. We have a ballroom dance program going on this year, design, painting, photography, writing, and I also have music. We have a we have a piano lab, which we have many of our students taking piano lessons to learn to read, play, and write music. Let's talk a little bit about project-based learning and what that is. Project-based learning is a student-centered pedagogy that involves a dynamic classroom approach in which it is believed that students acquire a deeper knowledge through active exploration of real-world challenges and problems. Students learn about a subject by working for an extended period of time to investigate, respond to the complex question, challenge, or problem. It's just a style of active learning and an inquiry-based learning. PBL poses questions, problems, and scenarios. So our students are really going to have a hands-on experience. Yes, they will have the learning from their teachers and direct instruction, but it's more about allowing them to pursue their critical thinking. Next slide. Let's talk a little bit about the structure. The structure of PBL, learning emphasizes learning activities that are long-term, interdisciplinary, and student-centered. That's one of the key words, student-centered. It's a little bit unlike the traditional teacher-led classroom activities. Students must often organize their own work, manage their own time in a project-based class. Project-based instruction differs from our traditional instruction and inquiry by its emphasis on students collaborating with one another or individual artifact construction to represent what's being learned. And I just want to show you really quick, I grabbed out of one of our labs, I don't know if you guys can see it with my background, but what it is a kit. And in that kit, students have many different ways to have project-based learning. They put things together. They come up with ideas. If you can see the pieces. So not only will they be getting the direct instruction, they'll also have a lot of hands-on work and be able to collaborate with one another. Okay, next slide. Let's talk about some of the elements. The elements of project-based learning would include things that are organized around an open-ended driving question or challenge. It would create a need to know essential content and skills. It would require inquiry to learn or create something new. It would require critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and various forms of communication. I would allow some degree of student voice and choice. It incorporates students' feedback in their own revision. And one of the key factors that I really enjoy about project-based learning, which involves the parents and the community, we have to share what we've learned. And we all know that kids love to share what they've learned. So we will have multitudes of opportunities for you to see what we're doing at our school. We will show results in a publicly presented product or performances. Next slide. And finally, the outcomes. I know parents, you say, well, you know, why are we doing this? Why is it important for students? What's the point? Well, one of the points is, the biggest point is it's a way to prepare our students, especially my babies in K-8, for college, to help them work through their critical thinking. They take on social and community responsibilities. Students also take responsibility for their own learning and they take ownership of that. Their self-esteem soars and creates better work habits about learning and about school. All of these things we need for college to create successful students. The students learn more than just answers to questions. They learn about real life in real life situations. They expand their thinking. They use their critical thinking to become future world problem solvers, because as educators and parents, we want to make sure that we're helping our students become critical thinkers so that they can be successful in many, many years to come. So those are our outcomes. I think I've shared about our Menlo STEAM Magnet. Please feel free to contact me. Again, I'm the principal, Mrs. Moton. Sign up. It's going quick. So if you're interested, sign up. I see our seats are filling up very fast. But again, thank you for the time that you shared with me this evening.
Ms. Moton, thank you so much. And parents, what she was sharing with you about project-based learning is very, very important. As a parent of a LAUSD, recent LAUSD graduate who's now in college, the school that he goes to, the whole theme of their school is called Learn by Doing. And so it's not only what's happening here in our schools, what we are doing in our schools, like at Menlo, are preparing our students to be ready to go to college where they're doing the same thing. So thank you, Ms. Moton, for sharing that. And thank you for helping prepare our children to be college ready. So at this time, I want to go ahead and pass it over to the team from Barack Obama Global Preparation Academy, and the whole team is here. Their fabulous team is led by the proud principal, Mr. Travis Holden, and his whole team is Ms. Gloria Vasquez, assistant principal, Ms. Adriana Gutierrez, assistant principal over counseling, Ms. Darlene Torres, assistant principal, and I'm not quite sure if Ms. Rosa is in attendance, your magnet coordinator, but Ms. Rosa will be the magnet coordinator. So I'm going to now turn it over to Mr. Holden. And Barack Obama is a STEAM magnet as well, and they are currently grades 6 through 8, but they also will be have a 9th and 10th grade, and will be expanding to 11th grade next year as well. So Mr. Holden, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, and welcome everyone. And thank you for the opportunity, parents, community, for us to share a little bit about Barack Obama Global Preparation Academy STEAM Magnet. So we're in our 3rd year at Obama as a magnet school. We started off as a 6th grade magnet. We expanded each year to 7th grade last year, and this year we're 6 through 8. So we are also a span school. We have grades 6 through 10, but currently our magnet is 6 through 8. And I'd like to thank Ms. Rosa, our magnet coordinator. She couldn't be here, but she did help us put the slides together. And we're just excited because as a STEAM magnet, as was said earlier, we have the STEM, but it also includes the arts as well. And just some of the areas that we focus on: music, art, computer classes. We also have UCLA working with our math department, and film. Those are just some of our electives. But I'm going to turn it over to our assistant principals, Ms. Gutierrez and Ms. Torres. They're going to share in the presentation some of the things that we offer at Barack Obama Global Preparation Academy. Thank you.
Hi, welcome parents. I'm Ms. Gutierrez. I'm one of the assistant principals here. So as Mr. Holden mentioned, we are a magnet school, and our program currently is grades 6 to 8 with our focus on STEAM. However, if your child for 9th and 10th grade, we do offer honor classes and college classes. So not necessarily if the student does not continue with our magnet, they will continue with our rigor program for our high school component. That we do have honor classes, and we do have a partnership with LA Trade Tech, where students have an opportunity to take college classes with professors. They actually come on campus and teach our students some of our courses for our high school component, which could save you money when going for college. All of these general ed classes for our students. So we have that amazing opportunity for our span for our 9th through 10th grade students right now. Next slide, please.
Hello, everyone. This is Ms. Torres, also an assistant principal here at Barack Obama Global Prep Academy. And of course, our magnet classes, we make sure that students have access to 21st century skills, which include collaboration and challenging our students to use tools and projects that relate to current and real world topics. Okay, our STEAM program is seen across the curriculum to support critical thinking and innovation and hands-on learning in all content areas. Next slide. We can go to the next slide. This one's in Spanish.
We actually made a little video that we want to play in regards to our tour of our campus. Our campus is fairly new. It's a big campus where our students have an opportunity to gather, to do projects. So we're going to give you I think our video is like 30 minutes in regards to our campus tour. Mr. Lee, can you play for us?
Did you say 30 minutes or 3 minutes?
No, less than 30 minutes. I mean, I'm sorry.
Less than 3 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you for that
Sorry.
clarification. All right.
And while we're playing this video, I would like to say that our music teacher, Mr. Alcantar, helped put the music the background music, this slide. I think the class actually helped to create it.
Mr. Lee, next slide.
Okay. Hold on a second. There we go.
Yes. So as you could see, parents, our background music was put together by our music students and our music teacher, who is amazing. So we do have connections with our student with our music program. We do have a piano class now for our students. So our music program is growing as long as our robotics class and our computer class for our students. If you have any questions, please contact us. Our information is on the screen, and also follow us on Instagram. We love to post our student work on Instagram and highlight our student work on Instagram and on Twitter.
Thank you, Ms. Gutierrez and Principal Holden. And in fact, not only do we offer the piano at Obama, but we had a generous donation made by Fender Guitars. So we have about 50 guitars that are available, electric guitars. And that was facilitated by our superintendent, Ms. Baez, who was able to work with Fender to get us guitars over to Obama. Mr. Alcantar, the music teacher, is a proud product of the South LA community. Grew up in South LA and went to Cal State Northridge, a very, very good music program, and he has come back to the community to serve the community. Parents, Ms. Gutierrez brought up a very good point. Again, whatever high school you go to, please take advantage, especially in grades 11 and 12, of taking community college classes. And the community college closest to us is LA Trade Tech, because they get college credit while they're in high school. And more importantly, right, Ms. Gutierrez, those classes are free. So they do not have to pay for any of their college classes if they are an LAUSD student. So again, take advantage of that. Parents, when you go to your high school, make sure you ask the counselor, can my child enroll in community college classes while they're in high school? It's for free. And again, they get college credit. So thank you, Obama team, for that great presentation, and for the whole team for being out here. Thank you so much. Last but not least, we want to turn it over to Principal Curley from 32nd Street LAUSD USC Magnet. And this magnet is unique because they actually have two magnet programs, and they're not STEAM or STEM, but actually media arts and engineering, and also I believe visual and performing arts. So I'm going to hand it over to Principal Curley, and he's going to give a presentation about the proud LAUSD USC Media Arts and Engineering Magnet.
Okay, thank you. I don't know, can you see me? I'm not sure if you can see me, but good
Yes,
evening.
we can see you.
Okay, fantastic. Welcome. We're so glad that you were able to attend. Yes, I'm the very proud principal of the 32nd Street USC Magnet, which Mr. Lee has mentioned is a K through 12 magnet. Our first slide is highlighting the secondary LAUSD USC Media Arts and Engineering Magnet. So just a really quick overview of the school in terms of its existence. It was originally built on the corner of Hoover and 32nd Street in 1904. In 1994, the high school joined the school site. So now that's what made it a comprehensive K through 12 magnet, which is now what we see today. Okay. So again, it's located, that's the location. We are kind of sandwiched between USC and the Shrine Auditorium. So we are in a very interesting part of Los Angeles. We do receive a lot of support in terms of ability to have parking for our staff and parents at the Shrine on a daily basis. We really appreciate that, in addition to all of the programs that USC provides us on a daily basis. So we share the campus. There's approximately 600 students for the secondary. So in the middle school, there are approximately 300 students, and in the 9 through 12, there's 300 students as well, which allows us the opportunity to make it very personalized. The saying at 32nd Street USC is, we are small, but we are mighty. So in terms of some data, we were at a 100% graduation rate. 90%, actually over 90% at this point of our graduates go on to college. We were ranked in the top 17 of California high schools, which are the current new US rankings. We have 11 advanced placement AP classes. There are no prerequisites to be eligible to be a part of our AP classes. There are 11 CIF sports programs currently in existence. We have over 15 clubs at the moment. And we actually have 4 National Magnet Teachers of the Year at this point. So our teachers and staff are very dedicated, and they do create an atmosphere where all students can learn and appreciate the diversity. The ethnic background of our students clearly mirrors what our city represents. So we're very proud of that. Our mission is to nurture our students to be global learners, and intending to blend science, engineering, math with the visual arts. We have an amazing magnet coordinator, Mr. Jones, in addition to a lot of our other staff. Our 32nd Street USC website is very comprehensive in terms of very up-to-date information. We are, and this is going to be something that we'll be rolling out in the very near future, but we will be going through a very comprehensive change in terms of what our facility will appear to be. We will be undertaking some, thanks to Dr. McKenna's office, our board member, and obviously our local district central has provided us the opportunity to, and we are currently going through the surveying process of seeing what would be an opportunity in terms of what would fit on our campus as a new facility. So that will be at a later meeting. But again, we are very proud of our 32nd Street USC Magnet. We do have a large number of participants who would like to apply. We have about 160 slots every school year. So we're very pleased to welcome our new members. So thank you. That's pretty much in a nutshell, our school.
Thank you, Mr. Curley. And if you ever get a chance to visit 32nd Street, it's a beautiful setting in terms of its location. Literally, as you walk at the front of the school, you see students from USC walking up and down the pathway right next to the school. So what great role models that these college students serve for your students.
Yes.
From K through 12. And like Mr. Curley said, they have a great visual arts program, and actually one of his students was highlighted by Telemundo. They did a story on one of his students who is currently an 11th grader and was accepted into the UCLA, clarify for me, Mr. Curley, it was the UCLA Digital Arts or Visual Arts Project, I believe?
Yes, the
Yes.
UCLA art, yes, exactly.
Right, and so the teacher and the student were highlighted for being awarded this opportunity to participate in the UCLA project. And again, not only at 32nd Street, but at many of our schools, our students have opportunities to engage and participate in college level activities. So again, we encourage all our parents to apply to one of these magnet programs. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to turn it over some of our MAVS teams members to kind of give some of the nuts and bolts in terms of how the magnet programs work for our different student populations. So the first person I want to turn it over to is Ms. Ana Guzman, who's our administrator over the Black Student Achievement Plan. And she's going to talk about how that links up to our magnet schools. Ms. Guzman?
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Welcome parents to our town hall meeting. And absolutely, I am the coordinator for the Black Student Achievement Plan. And all of our schools in our local district are part of this program where we provide services to all of our Black students at many different levels. Next slide, please. As you can see, we work very closely with our educators, our administrators, and our parents, and we look at our data to ensure that our students are giving the support that is needed to achieve high academic skills. And this is in collaboration with the principal and the school leaders at the school side, and of course with our MAVS and our local district leadership to ensure that our Black students, our African-American students have advocates at their school sites. Thank you so much, and know that if your child participates in the magnet program, like at Manual Arts Obama, we will be supporting our Black students as they embark in their educational journey with our BSAP plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Guzman. And again, all of our schools, or most of our schools in the Manual Arts Vermont Square are in different stages of the BSAP program. And again, it's an opportunity to provide equity for our African-American students. And one of those equity pieces revolves around getting into college. So thank you, Ms. Guzman. I'm going to now turn it over to our special education experts, and they're going to talk a little bit about some of the myths that come with having an IEP, having a child with an IEP, and whether or not they can attend magnet schools. So at this point, Ms. Muntank and Ms. Arias, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. I'm Adrienne Arias. I am the least restrictive environment specialist for the Manual Arts Vermont Square area. And I just want to bust some myths about magnet programs and special education. One thing you all need to know is magnet programs are for everyone. All means all. IEPs are not a factor in acceptance at all. So even if your student has an IEP, that should not stop you from applying to one of our magnet programs. They have some great, great resources, great instruction. There's so much for them to offer all of our students. So don't shy away from the magnet programs just because your child has an IEP. In fact, it's one of the ways for you to open up the opportunities and try out some different schools other than your neighborhood school. If your child has resource, all of our magnet programs have resource support and services already in place. If your child's in a special day program, that shouldn't be a factor either, because you can go to the magnet program, and if they do not have a special day program there, then they can go ahead and hold an IEP within 30 days of your child being attending there. And they can, as an IEP team, adapt the IEP to try and meet the student's needs at the school site. If for some reason the IEP team decides that, you know what, the magnet program is not the least restrictive environment, they'll, as an IEP team, you'll go ahead and make the decision as to what that would be at that time. But again, an IEP is not a factor for your acceptance into the programs. And the services that your child will be receiving will be addressed once you attend, once you start attending the magnet program. And like I said, all the magnet programs have resource services that they can provide to you. Next slide.
Okay, so families, we have an exciting announcement to make. The Division of Special Education is proud to announce online winter session. So who may join this adventure? Students in grades 2 through 8 who receive resource or special day services. It is going to be, week 1 will be December 20th to 23rd, and week 2, January 3rd to 6th. So 8 days total. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. They'll be learning to use digital tools. Students will learn strategies to access grade level text, write fluently, and build skills to do work more independently. They will also go on virtual field trips to explore the Arctic with polar bears, travel inside a human body, and take other magical journeys. So how to enroll? If you're interested in enrolling your child, please use the following link, and you will be notified when your enrollment is processed. I'm going to put that in the chat right now.
Next slide. Just a quick reminder to everyone, Raywin has dropped the link in the chat. So if you are able to, you can log on to that if your child has an IEP to sign up for winter sessions. If you have a pending IEP, remember, IEPs do not become active until you actually sign consent. So go ahead, if you have an IEP you haven't signed consent for, return that consent form to the school so we can get those services put in place for your child. That's all from special ed for tonight, but it was wonderful to see everyone.
Thank you, ladies, very much. And again, parents, if you do have a child with an IEP, again, as Ms. Arias said, please do not think of that as a barrier. Please go ahead and apply, and the schools will make it work to make sure that the services are provided to your child while being in the magnet program. And definitely, if you can, take advantage of the winter session, because as we know, the kids were gone for a long time. And so to help catch up on some of the work that they may have missed, the winter session would be a great opportunity to get caught up. Great. And the last but not least, I want to turn it over to our wonderful parent rep, Ms. Vilna Monson. And she's actually, parents, going to explain to you the process in terms of how to apply for the magnet program. And she would be available afterwards to help parents if they're having difficulties. But also she's going to talk a little bit about the school experience survey, which we want parents to complete. So at this time, Ms. Monson, go ahead and it's all yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lee, and good evening to everyone. I'm glad that you're here with us this evening. So you have heard wonderful information about the programs that we have at the Manual Arts Vermont Square Community Schools. You have heard about the program at Menlo, at Manual, at 30 Seconds. So we have lots of options for you parents, and we would want you to take advantage of that. So right now, we are in the period when we are receiving applications, as you can see. The on-time application period is open right now, but it will close soon, November 12th, to apply for one of our wonderful programs. So as you can see, this is happening soon, and we can direct you to the school itself, you know, if you're interested, but no, it has to also go through the unified enrollment process. And for that, please note that you have to apply at go-to.lausd.net and that you can get support as you plan to complete those applications for these programs at 213-241-4177. Next slide. So again, the on-time application period is closing soon for next year's unified enrollment process, so that you can select one of the programs. But I want you to know that if you have your parent portal account or your daily pass and you use that single sign-on, right? You use your email, personal email, and your password, that is the same what you will need, right, to apply. So when you go to go-to.lausd.net and you start the application process, you will use the same username and password that you use when logging into your parent portal or daily pass. So nothing new, right? If you already have that, take advantage of that. And please apply to the programs that we offer here at Manual Arts Vermont Square Communities of Schools. So we hope you do that. And if you miss the deadline, we don't want you to miss it, but if you do, it will open up again for late application beginning February 1st. But again, we don't want you to miss it. So you have a couple more days to get those applications going. Next slide, Mr. Lee. So again, a reminder about ensuring that you don't miss the deadline for application to Unified Enrollment, our magnet programs, our dual language programs also at MAVS Communities of Schools. Next slide. And now a quick word about the fall school experience survey happening right now. So the school experience survey happens every year. It's an annual survey that we administer to all of our schools, all of our staff, students, and obviously families. And this is because we want to hear from you. We want to get important feedback from you. And we will are asking parents, families, and staff, right, to please go and complete the school experience survey. Next slide, Mr. Lee. Thank you. And why do we do this? Why do we want to collect and ask these questions? Well, we want our schools to hear from you. We want to hear about what you think about the programs and services that we have at our schools. We want to improve. One of the reasons, though, is because of accountability purposes. We want to share information, right, with everyone about our local climate. And there is a local climate survey that we have to, as a district, submit. So that is one of the reasons. We also have another reason, and that's that we want to continue making progress towards our LCAP goals, such as 100% graduation, parent and family engagement, excellent attendance. So you help us make progress by providing such information. Your schools in particular, each individual school uses the information from their school experiences surveys to inform their single plan for student achievement. So that's a very good and important data source for our schools. So we again urge you to complete the survey. Next slide, Mr. Lee.
That'll be me.
There's one more slide. And
Okay.
this, yes, Mr. Valderas, you want to?
No, I'm switching. Just let me know. We're good. We're good. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So again, this is my last slide. So this is about encouraging parents, families, and also our staff who may be with us today, right? Don't forget, go to complete your survey. Parents, the deadline for parents It's already opened up, and it's Saturday, December 19th will be the last day, the deadline to submit it. For our staff, it has been extended to January 14. So again, please make sure you take the time. And you will be hearing about this a little bit more. We will have more information, so be on the lookout, call your school. You will hear a lot more about how to access and urging you to complete the survey. But again, families, we hope you can take advantage of letting our schools know how they're doing. They need this information, right? We need this information to ensure that we can continue improving our services, our programs, and for that, we need you families. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Monson. And again, parents, please do that survey. It provides schools valuable feedback. As a former principal, I would always look at the survey results, and especially from parents, to really see what their concerns were about the school or what they liked about the school. That way we can make improvements to better serve your needs. Although the magnet application does close in 3 days, you still have time, obviously, but if you don't, or if you're not able to complete the application within 3 days, it's still okay. Like Ms. Monson said, the late window will open up again, and you can still apply late, because many times students apply to various magnets, but they end up not choosing to go to that particular magnet. So that means there's a wait list. And if you are on the wait list, you have a great opportunity to get into that magnet program. So don't think November 12th is the end. Okay, even if you are late, you can still apply afterwards. And I think one of the questions asked that one of the parents in the panel asked, they had applied to 2 schools, but they didn't apply for the 3rd school. So the question was, can they go back into the choices application? And I believe, if I recall again, because I'm a parent of LAUSD students, I believe I could go back into the choices and make changes or additions up until the deadline. So to answer Ms. Myra's question, yes, try to go back in to the choices portal, and I'm almost sure you can make changes up through the November 12th deadline. Okay. With that said, we want to thank all our panelists for being here late on a Tuesday evening. All the attendees who came. This has been video recorded, so we are going to share this with the schools, and the schools will post this, and hopefully our principals can make this available to the parents in their communities who weren't able to attend tonight. That way they get information about our wonderful magnet programs. With that said, I'll turn it over to Mr. Balderas, who will close it out. Mr. Balderas.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. What a great job facilitating, and also a shout out to all our panelists here today. Let me see here. Again, please, you just heard from Mr. Lee that this presentation will be posted on our website. It will also be posted on our Instagram, our Twitter account, and our Facebook. So please follow us on social media. Along with that, quick reminder, we are going to take a break in December, so we will not have a town hall meeting. We're going to enjoy our winter break during that time, but we will come back immediately on January 17th. I'm sorry, not 2021, but actually 2022. So that's a quick little typo, but it'll be at 5 o'clock, and the Zoom link will be the same. And it's about returning back to school second semester. And so we'll have those conversations. Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here. Our panelists, Mr. Lee for facilitating this meeting today, and of course, our local district central, home of the champions. Thank you, muchísimas gracias, and let's have a great and restful evening. Thank you. All right, good job, folks.